guys, it's Iowa here again. Going to bring you a surgical hog tutorial video. In this video, we're going to go over how to do surgical hogs, primarily at Town Hall 9, and doing the 3 golem, 1 witch method. There's many different GoHo varieties out there. You can do 2 golems, 2 witches. You can do clan castle draws. You can do 1 golem. I mean, like I said, there's just a whole host of different ones to do, but I'm going to focus on this one, the 3 golem 1 witch, because it's been working for us. Elo is going to have 3 replays in this, and then Rob's going to have our last replay, and you can see that it works well on many different styles of bases. The new quote anti 3-star bases out there. There's just different varieties. So what we're going to do on like any hog attack. Any hog attack, you have to kill the clan castle. And you can see this is kind of set off over on the right-hand side there. And you have to kill the archer queen. And that's set off down there. If you're lucky, you can get the barb king in the process. And one of the things you also want to do on your route to kill the archer queen in the clan castle is to take out any possible double giant bomb sets. And so you can see there's a couple locations, in these areas there. And this is a first attack, so Elo didn't know where they were, and so he's going to plan to come in from this area, drop a jump spell, a pretty aggressive jump spell, to get up into those areas. And so he's trying to eliminate those possible double giant bomb sets, let me get that out of the way, right in this location and then this location. Also, the archer queen is going to jump over to that area and be killed. So it's pulling double duty, and this is a longer route. He does not opt to draw out the clan castle on any of these. He doesn't draw out the clan castle. That's kind of what the witch is brought for. It's kind of a distraction for the dragons and loons that are in everybody's clan castles nowadays. And this is set back, so it's going to take a little bit longer before the clan castle will engage and then come on out. So anyway, what he's going to do is he's going to drop 2 of his golems first. He's going to drop them in those 2 locations and then set his whiz behind to start creating the funnel for his heroes and get everything to funnel towards the core. So he drops the two golems there. He does not drop the 3rd one. The 3rd one's a delayed golem. And that's important, just kind of keep the health of the golem so it can get in the core and start tanking for the defenses in there. So he holds off on that. And then what he's going to do is he's going to bring his wall breakers to that corner there and then send the heroes and everything there. Then he's got 3 giants that he just puts along the outside and then, puts the hogs along there, healing them as they go. So we'll go ahead and get the first replay going, and then I'll kind of bring up some more points as the other videos get going, and you can kind of see how all these unfold, and I'll bring up some different points of things that you want to look for to do. Okay, so he's going to get the attack started by dropping his 2 golems and then putting the whiz behind to set the wide funnel. He also brought a minion down there on that army camp. Then go ahead and drop the archer queen in the center there and have her start working. If you notice, he has not dropped the wall breakers yet. It's a delayed wall breaker drop, and he finally gets them. You want your whiz to be able to take out that first layer of outer buildings and start moving up. This is important on other bases, not necessarily this one because the clan castle's set further back, but you don't want the drag or the loons to engage your troops too soon, because then your whiz and your arch queen won't be up there to shoot them drags and loons down quick enough. So delay the wall breaker drop. Let the golems just keep tanking until the whiz clear them outer buildings and start moving up. So you can see that everything's going, and now he starts the hog drop about 11 o'clock up top. And the important thing is to drop the giant first. That giant tanks for your hogs. Instead of having each point defense shooting at 2-3 different hogs, now it's just shooting at 1 giant, and they have a lot more hit points. So it's a good way to save your hog health. Okay, you can see there he's just working his hogs, clockwise around there, and he didn't drop them all at once. He dropped his giant, put some hogs in, and then took care of them with the heal. Dropped a giant, put the hogs in, paused, waited, let everything catch up, and then he put the last giant and the hogs around there. He didn't let all of the hogs go at once, and so that's another thing to keep an eye out for, is you don't have to drop everything at once. I know a lot of times when you're in the middle of an attack, you're like, I gotta get everything down. I gotta get everything down. Don't do that. Be a little bit patient on the hog drop. Get your first 10 hogs out, maybe, or 9. Drop 3 per defense typically, and get them going. Okay, so we'll get into the second replay here, and if you notice that he's going to drop his 2 golems again. And like any attack, you need to set the wide funnel, and so that's what he's doing. He put his whiz outside and the archer queen down in the middle again, and then he delays that wall breaker drop until his troops have moved up. And so that went well for him there. Drops the jump spell to get everything going into the core, and you can see there's a couple spots for double giant bombs that pop, and he gets everything rolling in there to take out the archer queen and the clan castle. And if you look, what he's going to do up top here is there's one archer tower about 2 o'clock, and he puts a few hogs in there. That's the only point defense up in that area. And then he puts the rest of the hogs starting down at the bottom left and working his way around. And he only brought 2 giants, and he brought an extra hog versus a standard army there, because he didn't need 3 giants on this one. He only needed a couple for the spots that were tanking. And another reason for the third golem, why to bring a third golem. If you look in the core there, you can see them Teslas firing at that golem in there. It's tanking for the hogs. Yeah, they're taking hits from a couple of them, but those 2 Teslas there, they're just raining in on that golem, and it's also saved his archer queen's health. And so a lot of times, people, when they design their bases, they're putting their expos, Teslas, things like that, and you can get a lot more life out of your hogs when the golems are taking all that heat. So we'll go ahead and get the third replay going here. Okay, so here we go. If you notice where the archer queen is in the clan castle and where he starts, there's several voids that have possible double giant bomb spots between them and the archer queen. And so that's why he elected to start over here, so he can possibly set those spots off, and save hog health. If your hogs all hit double giant bomb spot, even with a heal, it's game over. Your hogs are gonna be baking. So that's what he does there. Again, lets his whiz and everything clear out some space before he drops the wall breakers, and then he gets everything going into the core there. And he brings 2 heals, a rage spell, and a jump spell. There is another option. You could do 3 heal spells, a jump spell, and then a haste spell over the poison spell, and just drop that haste spell where he drops his rage, and then you have an extra heal. You could do that route too to this standard setup. And again, as you guys get more comfortable with this, you're going to tweak the army a little bit, but typically, like I said, he runs 3 golems, a witch, 20 hogs, 3 giants, 4 wall breakers, and a gob, just to clean up there. And so you can see here, he's just working the hogs clockwise there. Pre-heals by that expo over possible bomb locations, and it's a good spot to heal over the whiz tower and an expo anyway, because it takes a little while to get the expo down, and they can do a lot of damage in the meantime. And so he just continues to roll through this base. And these attacks, guys, too, another thing is you don't need high 20s level heroes to do these attacks. Elo has that, but he's been doing this since he's had heroes that were much lower. I would say confidently level 15 and above, you could do these attacks on max Town Hall 9s. You could even be doing it before too. The heroes aren't the workhorses here. So anyway, we'll get this third or the final replay going, the fourth replay by Rob here. And you can see that he starts off the raid just like you're supposed to, dropping the golems down, putting the whiz out for funnel, and getting the heroes and the witch and everything going into the core to take out the clan castle and the archer queen. So he drops his rage and then the jump spell to allow everything into the core there. He also brought a poison spell on this one, and the lava hound pops. I probably would have dropped the poison spell on the pups, but he hangs on to it and uses it on a skelly trap. Then he starts on the bottom left, starts the hog deployment, drops his giant to tank, and you can see it's doing a good job of tanking there. And then the hogs are just working through. And then he drops a few more hogs on that arch tower down at about 6 o'clock and keeps on going. If you notice, he was very patient on that first heal spell. He's covering possible bomb locations, and then he was very patient with it. And the same with the rest of the hog drop there. He kind of let the first part work, took care of them with the heal spell, and then dropped the rest of the hogs, and then took care of them with another heal spell. So good job, Rob, on the patience there that it takes to to hold off on putting some of that stuff down. You see, he's still got a whole lot of hogs left. Just crushes it. I encourage you guys to try out this tactic. Let me know how it works for you. I think you're going to find success using it. We have as a clan. It works well on most any Town Hall 9 layout, especially these new bases. So if you like, please give me a like and subscribe, and thanks again for watching.